Hi, I'm Davey from MKDub. Now, some of you have been following my video series on the Sequentix Cirklon and how it may stack up against other hardware sequencers, like for instance, the Squarp Hotbox. Now, I'm not ready to make a decision or a judgment on it yet, but today I'm going to share what my single biggest frustration with the box is so far. Let's dig into it after the open. Most of you who are in this video right now have heard of the Sequentix Cirklon, right? It's one of the most powerful hardware sequencers on the market today. It's also a little bit older. It's been out there for a while, but in my research, I haven't found a hardware sequencer that has surpassed kind of the capabilities and functionality of the box, right? I think that's in large part mainly due to the fact that most people have laptops and computers and software. And if you need advanced MIDI sequencing capabilities, most folks are happy to use their DAW, their computers, or even use your iPad, for instance, right? Lots of powerful sequencing capabilities there. Some of us have our own reasons for not wanting to do sequencing inside the box. Personally, during the day, I am an IT professional. I spend all day, dealing with computers and code. The last thing I want to do when I come home and try to get into a creative flow mindset is to get in front of the computer. So the choice for me isn't really between a hardware sequencer and using Reaper or Max for Live or an iPad, right? The choice for me is using hardware and getting into that flow state or doing something else entirely with my time. With that said, I am looking for more advanced sequencing capabilities. Just right now in-house, I've got the Squarps. I've got 2 Electron boxes. The Deluge has come and gone. So I've had some really advanced sequencing capabilities, but the main thing they lack is that ability to really interact with me, right? So even if they can inject randomness and variation into the track, really, most of them can't really do it in reaction to what I'm doing, right? So it's more of like a dialogue. That's why I've really been interested in the Cirklon. That's why I'm still persisting with it. But I have to say my biggest gripe with the Cirklon thus far is that it's just not fun. I don't know how else to put it other than that. It's not fun. How do I explain this? For me, music is not just about the product, the end product, the tracks, finishing tracks. You hear so many influencers go, how do I finish tracks? Finish tracks, you gotta finish tracks. I call bold. For me and for so many of us out here, especially those who tend to watch synth videos, we're here for the exploration. We're here to discover sounds and music on our own personal journey. So it's not about finishing tracks. For me, it's all about the process. It's all about the journey. And the journey with the Cirklon, again, maybe it's because I'm an IT professional, it's just not fun, right? It feels like it was written, designed, created by an IT professional. It feels like work. The thing about work is that if you're not getting work done, it's not fun, right? And so what I mean by that is let's say with the Electron boxes, they've got sequencers on them. And sometimes I'll spin them up and I'll just start kind of creating tracks and just get lost for hours, right? And just kind of this repetitive track and just trying to add my own variations. Maybe I will play along with it for a little bit. And maybe that track's never gonna go anywhere, right? Maybe it's never gonna get put on an album. Maybe I won't ever even do a video on it, or even a 1-minute kind of Instagram or YouTube short on it, right? And that's okay. I just lose myself in that process of exploration when I'm playing with the Squarps or when I'm playing with the Electrons or even the Moog Matriarch sequencer. The Cirklon is just a different story, right? Usually I got it for specific reasons. I'm trying to explore those reasons. And when it doesn't come off the way I want it to, it feels like work that hasn't been done, feels like time that hasn't been fully utilized as productively as I would have liked, right? And that makes it just not fun. That doesn't mean that I don't love it or that I don't value it or that I just want to throw it away. Another piece of gear that was very similar to this for me was the Electron Mono Machine, right? I mean, I love that box, but that box is also very, very frustrating. The sound design kind of perspective and approach was a little bit alien to what I'm used to. If I spent a couple hours with it and I didn't get sounds and tracks that I liked, I would just be so frustrated that I'd want to sell the box. And then the next day I turn it back on again and something amazing would come out and I would just fall in love with it all over again. I would probably still have that box if I hadn't lost all of my presets doing an ill-advised project switch. And, you know, with that box, because I didn't really have a full grasp of how it's supposed to work, there was no hope of me ever recreating some of those sounds. So again, doesn't mean I don't love the Cirklon, but it feels like work. It's not fun. Again, that's just me. It's just one of those boxes where you just, you know, you have to put in so much into it to start getting stuff out of it, I feel like. Yeah, I'm still digging into there, right? I'm almost ready to give it a verdict, so stay tuned in this channel. But in the meantime, remember that the music we create and explore is more powerful than the music we consume. So keep jamming.